Thank you, Bart. So good morning. My name is Susan McKay, and I'm the CEO of Cerahelix. At Cerahelix, we're focused on reducing industry's water footprint, and we've done so by developing the next generation ceramic filter. We're focused on industry because in developed countries, industry consumes more than 50% of the freshwater resources. And specifically, our first target market in this area is the North American oil and gas market. In this market, they've consumed nearly 100 billion gallons of fresh water per year, generating 8 gallons of contaminated water for every gallon of fresh water they consume. Traditional filtration technologies have difficulty treating this water. That's why we have developed a ceramic filter that's capable of removing contaminants so this water can be recycled and reused on site. We incorporate our filters into crossflow systems. This allows us to do point-of-use treatment. And crossflow consists of parallel units of filters, and in addition, so each unit contains a single filter element, and this is what we produce. So this is the Cerahelix product. And effectively, what we do is we produce a nano coating that's used to coat the inner surface of commercially available ceramic filter supports. We incorporate DNA. We then remove the DNA in a single step, leaving behind very small pores that can then be used to remove the contaminants that prohibit the water from being reused. So we identified a gap in the filtration market where traditionally you have a trade-off between high purity and high durability materials. So high purity polymer filters are good with desalinating seawater, but they're not capable of operating at high temperature or in the presence of solvents. Ceramic filters are very durable, but they've been fundamentally limited in their ability to remove very small contaminants. This is the problem that our technology solves. To date, we hold 5 issued patents on this technology. The result is that we have a low fouling material coupled with high purity that allows us to do very good point-of-use treatment at high efficiency. And in fact, we provide an ROI to our customer of less than 2 years. We can displace standard tertiary treatment technologies with a single treatment unit. So it's a single piece of capital equipment that incorporates our ceramic filters. Our team consists of myself. I have a PhD in chemistry, worked in corporate R&D at 3M, and this is my second startup. The team also includes people with international finance, technical sales experience, and 20 years in DNA biotech. We round this out with our board, which has manufacturing, clean tech, and international business experience. We're currently raising $3 million to help fund our pilot studies. We have our first large pilot demonstration in the tar sands this winter, and we have a pipeline of up to 8 additional pilot studies. And so this will drive us to our first commercial sales by 2018. So with that, I'd like to thank you for your attention, and I'd be happy to answer the questions from the judges. So thank you. Yes.
Do you manufacture the filters, or do you buy the filters and then add your coating? I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, we purchase the technical ceramic filters. We've developed our technology so we can use multiple vendors. And to date, we source from up to 2 to 3 different vendors. And so we apply the nano coating, which is what we produce.
Okay.
Susan, what's the advantage of using DNA for pore creation?
The advantage is that you can form liquid crystals with DNA, so we can get highly aligned and oriented pores. It also interacts well with the ceramic and is easy to manipulate. There's a lot of tools for manipulating DNA. And so with other polymers, you can't get to the very small pore size. They have a wider hydrodynamic radius, so you can't get, we have 6 to 8 angstrom pores.
In terms of CapEx and OpEx, how do you compare with other technology that could achieve the same level of treatment?
Well, with CapEx, specifically for oil and gas, where we've done our calculations, we can install a CapEx system capable of treating 1,000 barrels of water per day for around $4 million, and our OpEx is less than less than 50 cents a barrel for treatment. So we pay back in 16 months or less.
Can you talk a little bit about scalability and any issues you foresee in being able to scale your process?
Well, to date, we can coat 19-channel filters up to 1 meter in length, which is the smallest commercial dimension that we would need to deploy. So it's a very scalable coating technology. A lot of the chemistry we worked out in order to be compatible with DNA, it turns out that also makes the ceramic filter or the ceramic layer much less prone to defect formation, which is something that plagues other ceramic technologies.
A quick one. So you're field testing in the tar sands. When would you have results?
Well, hopefully with the first test in terms of this, in this environment, you have to do multiple field tests. So this is our first trial of 3 meters squared of membrane, and that's a 2-week trial. And so they're specifically interested in one thing. And their goal there is to be able to treat water at high temperature to reduce their carbon footprint and save operational expense.
If you can you tell us a little bit about some of the partnerships that you have in place to do the testing and validation that you've done to date, and then with the pilot that you have?
The opportunity in the tar sands is the first on-site treatment that we'll be able to do, because we don't yet have the funding to build out our own pilot test unit. And we also do testing in our lab. So we have cross-flow systems in our lab with another multinational oil company in California that's interested in testing water for reuse in agriculture. So taking produced water, treating it, and then applying it to agriculture.
Susan, what makes them fail versus traditional ceramic filters?
How do they foul, for instance?
Yeah, what do you worry about in terms of functionality?
Well, for us, since our pores are so small, we're not susceptible to clogging of the pores, but we do get surface fouling, and so that you can implement clean-in-place strategies. Some of the trade-offs to create our small pore size means we don't operate with a really high pH, and so we do a more dilute caustic solution to clean our foulants, and so that's the sort of clean-in-place that we use.